Good evening, everyone. As I am going live for the first time, finally got the page to work. For some reason, it kept saying 24 hours, 24 hours, 24 hours before I could go live. So, this is the official first version of IMTM Worldwide Radio on YouTube. So, the purpose of this particular video is to just basically introduce IMTM Worldwide Radio. Now, you might happen to be a subscriber already, and if so, you can actually use the chat. The chat works, got the chat to work. You can ask me a question if you want. My name is Chris, and I started IMTM Worldwide Radio about 10 years ago. The initial platform was based on talent. People that I worked with, give them an opportunity to basically speak on what they are doing. They're modeling, they're acting, they're doing music, all those type of things where before what we see as social media today really had taken off. So I had a lot of different people like music video directors and magazine publishers and different people within the field, music video directors, all kind of different people. And of course, talent themselves come onto the show. Now, eventually, I started segueing into business type shows, people who are starting their own businesses. Now, back then, I actually was helping people on the consulting side. So that's why I started doing that back then. Then eventually I started getting into sports. But before that, I had taken a little bit of a downtime to handle some family matters, things of that nature. So when I came back, that was where I started thinking about doing sports, as you can see in the background there, and adding that to my collection of shows. So a couple of years ago, I stopped again to handle some things, and I was working a lot, and it was hard to do radio on a regular basis when you're doing it on your own. So when I started back, I said, okay, well, if I start back, I want to get serious, formalize some of the programming that I was doing and actually make a show out of it. There was a time where I was interviewing authors of published materials, but I didn't really have a show. I was just doing it, okay? So I said, okay, well, let me start a show called Books to Read. Okay. And of course, I was doing sports for a while, 30-minute shows. I was actually with a friend of mine, Jamal. I didn't have a name for it then. I was just broadcasting off of IMTM Worldwide Radio, but we would do 30 minutes of Atlanta-based sports, Hawks, Braves, Falcons, or whatnot. So I said, okay, well, if I do that, one, I'm going to expand the time frame that I do the show. Then I said, okay, do I really want to do a whole 2 hours by myself? If you've never done radio of any kind, it's a lot of time to fill in over a short period of time all of a sudden. And if you're just doing it by yourself and you're creating the show from start to end and producing it and everything. So I said, I probably need a co-host. So I decided, okay, let me search for a co-host. Found a co-host. Then I said, okay, now I need a name. Now I need a logo. I had to do all that, okay? So that's where Around the ATL came into play. I had a show that I wanted to do based off of posts that I used to do on Instagram. I would do a post of a woman that I knew who has her own company, has her own business, and I wanted to highlight her. What I would do on this interview the women, right? So I created a show called Women in Business. There's a show called Men in Business, same thing. I also have a show called IMTM Music, where I would highlight artists. Now, I haven't really done a lot with that one, mostly because of what the content is like out there today. There is a resurgence coming, though, of as far as programming on that particular program, so be looking out for that. There's a young lady in Albany, Georgia, actually, I'll have soon, hopefully. And then lastly, I have a show called The Top 5. Now, that one, I did quite a few of those back in the day. Those were usually podcast versions of what I was doing. The Top 5. I used to do a video blog about the top 5 this, the top 5 that. Usually they were related to the entertainment industry. Top 5 reasons why you might not be going where you want to go, type of a deal. So, and let's see, what does this say here? Your connection is unstable. I know why that is. I can't fix it right this second. So hopefully this doesn't crash on me. Otherwise, I have to do it again. So I have 6 programs. So I want everybody to, if you're watching this or you do watch this over a period of time, I'm going to keep this up as imperfect as it might be for the first one. Please, if you watch it because someone showed it to you, or you watch it because you just came across it by accident, this is going to be the first video of IMTM Worldwide Radio. Subscribe to the page, watch some of the live streams of shows that I do, and then decide if you like it or not. And if you do, follow the Instagram page, IMTM Worldwide Radio, the Facebook page, IMTM Worldwide Radio. There's a Twitter page if you do Twitter, IMTM Radio. Okay. If you want to listen to past shows, we're on Spotify, iHeartRadio, radio.com, Spreaker, all kinds of different platforms to where you can listen to some of these shows in their entireties on your own time, which you have a lot now because of the coronavirus, right? So, which is the other reason I wanted to kind of really push on the radio. If you're somebody who has a business or a talent or a product or a service that you want your personal audience to know more about, why they should hire or book you, use your services, this is a medium that you can utilize. And I can put something together for you. I can specialize a radio interview just for you and your business. Now, yes, there's a cost to that, of course. I don't do it for free. But add that to your website, add that to your social media. So hopefully you'll enjoy some of the programs that you get to listen to, get to watch. We do the live stream again. Subscribe. That's the main thing. Subscribe, share it with someone. Okay. You share all kinds of crazy stuff on the internet. Why not this? It will not kill you to do so. Right. So that being said, I'm gonna get out of here. Hopefully I'm gonna watch this. I'm gonna see if this is the first and only version of this particular video, the one that will stay up here for at least a few weeks, a few months, possibly. And I might redo it another time. But in the meantime, hopefully this is enough to convince you to at least join the fun. So that being said, my name is Chris. This is IMTM Worldwide Radio. We're going to talk to you very soon. Peace.